It's time for the next episode of Death Battle, and it's between the two Robins, or the first two Robins. Or, yeah, I should say previous Robins, because they're not Robin anymore. But anyway, the pretty boy Nightwing versus Batman's greatest failure, the Red Hood. Both are fantastic characters and are my top 20 characters of all time. The fight is probably the closest fight I've ever done on this YouTube channel. But without further ado, just let's get started, and we're going to talk about Nightwing, the first Robin, first. Richard John Grayson, or like he is most known as, Dick Grayson. YouTube, don't strike this video, that's his name. Nightwing is an alter ego of Dick Grayson. As a child, Dick Grayson was a member of the Flying Graysons, a circus act that was tragically killed by gangsters. Bruce Wayne, who witnesses the murder, took in the young Grayson as his wand and trained him as a young crime-fighting partner named Robin. As Robin, Dick Grayson became an iconic character in his own right, and he was a key member of the dynamic duo for many years, Batman and Robin. However, as he grew older, Grayson became increasingly independent and wanted to establish his own identity outside of the shadow of Batman. In 1984, Grayson officially left the Robin persona behind and adopted the identity Nightwing, inspired by an old Kryptonian legend about a legendary hero who brought light to darkness. Nightwing became a member of the Teen Titans, a group of young superheroes, and eventually became a respected member of the larger DC universe. Throughout his tenure as Nightwing, Grayson had many adventures, both alone and as a part of various teams, including the Teen Titans, the Justice League, and more. He has also had many personal struggles, including grappling with the legacy of his parents' death and trying to find his place in the world, and obviously dealing with the loss of a loved one, or loved ones to be more specific. Nightwing's backstory has been retold and reimagined several times over the years, but at its core, it's an origin story of a young man who was thrust into a life of heroism and eventually found his own path. But anyways, now let's talk about feats and gadgets, because gadgets is a big part in this fight. Let's start with some of the gadgets. Nightwing's suit is lightweight, bulletproof, and makes nearly no sound when he moves. His mask features a holographic UI, has night vision, and a special analyzer. The mask can also deflect electromagnetic waves and send it back to the center. He wears a utility belt on his wrist and ankles that contain, for example, staples that can hold up a helicopter, lockpicks, and smoke pellets. He also carries normal explosive and ultrasonic wingdings, I name a few. Wingdings are his batarangs, a rebreather, and a grapple gun, and obviously more. But now let's talk about his feats. Nightwing is stated to be faster than the main man himself, Batman. He also dodged a kick from Jesse Quick. He can, and obviously has, dodged lasers. Nightwing is also the best acrobat in DC Comics. He once broke through ice while holding a kid, and not to mention he was underwater. He can snap metal restraint cords. He caught the fastest man alive while he rested. He dodged a speeding car, and he can dodge bullets at point break. One man punched Nightwing when Grayson was Batman and he broke his hand. He tanked an explosion in the Batsuit. He also tanked a lot of punches from Blockbuster. Nightwing has also defeated Deathstroke in a fight more than once. And in recent event, Dark Crisis, go read it if you haven't, but anyways, he was a very big part of the outcome. There's also one thing all of you should know about Nightwing. He uses Acrobat in all of his fights and off fights. He is out there jumping between bad guys, cars, and even buildings like nothing. Now let's talk about the second Robin, Jason Todd, who obviously becomes the Red Hood. The origin story of Jason Todd's Red Hood persona begins with his introduction as the second Robin, following the departure of Dick Grayson, the original Robin, to become his own hero, Nightwing. In his early appearances, Jason is depicted as streetwise and impulsive teenager from a troubled background. He is ultimately killed by the Joker in the storyline A Death in the Family, where readers voted Jason to die, and Jason was seemingly killed off. Years later, in Under the Red Hood storyline, it was revealed that Jason had been actually resurrected and had adopted the mantle, the Red Hood, from his killer. He had become a vigilante anti-hero with a more ruthless approach to crime fighting than Batman and the other Robins. And it was later revealed that Jason was resurrected by Ra's al Ghul in the Lazarus Pit, who sought to turn him against Batman. Despite his initial hostility towards his former mentor Batman, Jason ultimately reconciles with Batman and becomes more of a heroic figure than he used to be at the early stage as the Red Hood. But anyways, the Red Hood possesses a lot of weapons and gadgets. Jason often injects himself with venom, the same thing Bane uses, and that makes Jason stronger, faster, more durable, but at the same time it makes him a lot dumber. In the New 52, he started wearing metal-plated armor on the lower part of his arms. The arm blades can generate electricity to shock people, and he has been using them to glide as well. He also has the all blades in his arsenal but doesn't use them much, so I don't count them in this battle. As you all know, Jason uses a lot of different guns, for like example, pistols, machine guns and rocket launchers. His hood is loaded with sensors and scanners and can be used as a bomb if he wanted to. Jason also has a lot of different types of bombs and tasers, not to name a few more in his arsenal. The Red Hood armor is also bulletproof, and the hood is very durable, and it states that no knife can break the hood. But anyways, let's talk about his feats. Red Hood is able to hold a part of a building over his head. He survived the bazooka. Red Hood broke through a submarine, and right after he survives a nukes underwater. Jason can kick off an airplane door while flying, well, while the plane is flying obviously. He was able to dodge swings and an axe throw from Artemis. He was also able to dodge attacks from a nerfed Bizarro. Just like Nightwing, he can also dodge guns at point blank. Jason also beat the crap out of Damian Wayne, aka the 4th Robin. Red Hood was also able to break the grip of Supergirl, and he defeated Lady Shiva in a fight. Anyways, now for the main thing itself, the death battle, and I have a lot to say about it. Nightwing is faster, more agile, but Red Hood is more durable and stronger. Nightwing would use his acrobatic background a lot, but you have seen Red Hood deal with similar people. Red Hood, however, would try to get close and end the fight quick, because he's more of a brawler. Overall, I see the fight go both ways. I could see Nightwing winning, and I could see Red Hood winning. This is really close. This has to be the toughest death battle I have ever done on this YouTube channel, and I have to narrow it down, and the winner of this episode is Nightwing. He's just smarter, faster, more agile, and he has way more experience. Not way more, but he has more experience. But again, don't underestimate Red Hood, because in my opinion, Red Hood wins this fight 4 out of 10 times. But that's today's death battle. But a special thanks to Angela Thompson for the request of this video. I really appreciate you and all your support for about a year now, but I wouldn't be here without you. I really appreciate you. But anyways, thank you guys and girls so much for watching this video, and remember, if you have any requests for videos or questions, leave them down in the comment section down below, and I will see you all later. Goodbye, and I'm sorry for this video being short. I just had to get it quick, and I don't read much Nightwing or Red Hood. I read more of Batman, Superman and everything. That's why those death battles are longer. I know more of those characters. But anyways, I'll see you all later. Goodbye.